I just recorded the rest of this video and I found out that I wasn't even recording the whole time, so hi! Sorry, long time no see, I know. The reason I haven't uploaded in like 10 years is because I have filmed videos like in between, like I think it was 3 videos that I filmed in between now and like the last time that I uploaded. But they were all like comedy sketches, and you know, if you've seen the previous ones, they're not funny, like spoiler, they're so cringy and I couldn't do it to myself, and I tried to make fun of myself in them, but they ended up being like terrible, and I was just watching them back and I was like, I can't show this to the world, like it's not happening. I would ruin my entire life and anything I ever planned for. Living, oh, my sister's getting a tattoo today, so she's sending me like Snapchats of it. But today I'm going to be filming a video that, if you know me, you know is a very big part of my life, and that is getting pissed off at the smallest, tiniest little things. So basically today is going to be a pet peeves video where I list off some of my biggest pet peeves, which, spoiler alert, they're dumb. Just a little like background. Some of these are going to be involved where I work. I work in the cafe at McDonald's. Disclaimer, I love my job. Like, I'm so like happy and fortunate that I have my job when other people my age are struggling to find one. So you know, this is like not bashing my job at all. I love my job. It's just some of the customers that come in, I'm like, who hurt you as a child? Like, are you okay? So the first one is basically, in working in the cafe, you're like always busy. There's very rare times when you don't have something you have to be doing. So when you come up to the register in cafe, even though there's a front register and there's like 4 kiosks, you know, the electronic registers in the dining room, and you come up to the register in cafe, even though you can see that I'm busy trying to do stuff, and you're sitting there waiting for about 5 minutes, and then I finally come up to you and I'm like, oh, I'm so sorry about that, wait, what can I get you? And you go, can I get a, I'll get a small, actually, you know what, make it a yeah, can I get a medium flat white? Don't do that. Do not do that. Don't do that, because I have other stuff to do. I cannot, you've been waiting there for 5 minutes and you don't have your order rehearsed. I am one of those people that will literally, before I even go into the restaurant or before I even go into like wherever the hell I'm eating, I will sit in the car and like rehearse my order in my head, because I don't want to be that person that you're being right now. So why do you do that? Like, don't. The second one is when basically I see it in like movies and TV shows all the time, and I've been to a few birthday parties or like family gatherings where this has happened, where I'll ask, can I please get a glass of apple juice? And when I say glass, I mean like, you know, glass is a little bit bigger than that, I guess, and a little bit like thinner. But I'll ask for like a glass of it. And when I say glass, I mean like, you know, can I get a glass? Like, can I get a glass? And you come back with like that much in it. Like, glass, that much. Like, I don't, glass, that much. I don't, this is not gonna quench my thirst. Like, why would you do that? That's just rude. This one, I know for a fact, pisses a lot of people off. I know that, because it's like a common thing and it happens all the time and it's so annoying. But I'm gonna give this like, I'm gonna give like a story of how this one kind of came about. Basically, the bus that I catch home every weekend from work, on the timetable it says it comes every 15 minutes. That, first of all, is a lie, but everyone knows that. This came about a couple of, I'm gonna say like a month and a half ago. Yeah, a month and a half ago. And I had finished work, and it was around 12:15, and I had gotten, because my work's here, there's like a busy street, like a busy street going that way and a busy street going this way on the other side, and it's like, it's hard to get across. I think I was up in the viewfinder, I'm sorry. It's hard to get across in the first place. So I was like on the other side of the street getting ready to cross the first part, and I like can see the bus that I usually catch drive up and drive off, and I'm like, oh god, now I gotta wait another 15 minutes, but whatever, that's fine. I have my music, I have, you know, like Subway Surfers, whatever. I am good with that. So I sit down and take my seat, and then the 12:30 bus comes. And there's another bus that goes to the same end place, but just takes a little bit longer because it takes a couple of detours. And that bus shows up, and I have like a drink that's about, I don't know, this big? I don't know. It probably doesn't even look the same on the camera that it does in real life. But it's a banana berry bash smoothie. So, the good stuff, you know. And I have that, and I go on the bus, and I'm like happy and friendly, and I'm like, hi. And she goes, yeah, you can't come on the bus with that drink. And I'm like, great, thanks for that, thank you. Did your husband divorce you today? Did you get kicked out of your home this morning? Like, can you not see I'm tired? Like, I've been working since 4:45, man. You need to not. But I'm like, okay, fine. And if it was a Fanta or a Sprite or whatever the hell, I would have just chucked it out and got on the bus because I want to get home and I want to sleep or something. But I was like, this was expensive. Like, I have to drink this, otherwise I'm gonna hate myself for the rest of my life. So I like got off and sat back down. I was like, whatever, you know. And then I wait another 15 minutes for the 12:45 bus to come, and spoiler, it doesn't come. It doesn't show up. Instead, this little old man comes and sits down next to me because he's also catching the bus. And if you know me, you know that my relationship with the elderly is like not that good. I am basically the definition of a young teen millennial, so me and the baby boomers, we don't really see eye to eye on a lot of stuff. So this is already my nightmare. But like, he was asking me about like these plums, these special kind of plums that he was going to the farmer's market to buy, and like if I ate plums, and I was like, yeah, sure, I eat plums sometimes, but like only when my mum buys them. And he's like trying to tell me that he stocks up on like 99 plums a year because they're rare or whatever, and I'm just like, cool, dude, like, great, like, thank you for telling me about your plums, like, well done. But then 1 o'clock rolls around and bus doesn't show. So keep in mind that the buses all come from the one spot, the depot. And the bus is on the other side, that they all go in the circle in, like that bus that comes around there, comes back around and is my bus. That bus on the other side, the buses were coming fine on the other side. They were coming at 15-minute intervals because there's a little bus stop on the other side. And I was like, oh, where's my bus? Where's my bus? 1:20 rolls around and I'm like, Mum, you need to come get me. Like, I can't be here. Like, this is hell. This is so infuriating. Like, please get me out of here. And she goes, fine, just give it 10 minutes. If the bus still isn't there in 10 minutes, I will come get you. So I'm like, fine, all right? But wouldn't you know it, 10 minutes later, my bus arrives. So I'm like, what? Are you serious? Are you serious? Whatever. I'm like, finally, it's here. I just want to go home. But you know what? This bus driver, I have to ask him. I have to be like, why were you so late? Like, what is this? But I don't want to do that because I can't deal with confrontation. So I get on the bus, and what does the bus driver say to me? Hi. Hi, Mr. Bus Driver. Where's your explanation? Why were you an hour late? You owe me this much. You owe me telling me why you were an hour late, because oh my god, you have no idea how infuriating it was to get home from 7 hours of work when you started at 4:45 a.m. Like, you can see I'm a tired mess. How do you do this? By the way, that wasn't like a bash on like all bus drivers. Like, one of my best friend's dads is a bus driver and he's lovely. This is like this particular bus driver who just decided to be an asshole that day. Like, all bus drivers hated me that day apparently. Like, I'm just like, why? Hi, like, what? So my third one is, this is gonna have a story with it as well. It's another work related one, and this happened like last weekend, the weekend before, not sure. And this lady came in and she was like, hi, can I get a bacon muffin, a coffee, and like an apple juice? And I stop her and I'm like, sure, what kind of coffee would you like? And she goes, a coffee, dear. And I'm like, so a cappuccino? And she goes, no, a flat white. Like, I'm supposed to know that, like, she's making me feel guilty for not knowing what kind of coffee she wants. Like, why? Why would you do that? Like, You know, how am I supposed to know what kind of coffee you want? I'm sorry, like, what? But like adding on to this, like this is like a different lady, but it's kind of like the same thing, but not really. Like it's just people being stupid, honestly. But it's like, this is another story one, and it's like, this chick comes in and she's like, hi, can I get a coffee in a mug? And I'm like, okay, what size would you like? She goes, a mug, dear. And I'm like, okay, like there's the sizes, the cups are literally right in front of her, and I'm like, would you like a small, a medium, or a large? And she goes, she looks at them and she's like, I'll get that one. And she points to the small mugs. So I'm like, okay, cool, so you want a small? And I put through the small, and she goes, no, I want the one on the end. Those are the talls. And I'm like, okay, so you want a tall? And I put through the tall, and she's like, no, now you've confused me. And I'm like, I confused you. I am so sorry. I'm sorry I confused you by asking you what size you want, because I am not a mind reader and I can't guess what size mug you want. I'm sorry that I confused you because you pointed to a small, then you pointed to a large, and I said that there were a small and a large, and you go, no, like, why? Like, why? This one, being a high school student and being a lazy ass high school student, this one happens to me a lot, and it gets on my nerves every single time. This is the one where you're walking and someone walks like right up your ass, like right behind you, even though there's plenty of room to walk around. I'm trying to walk with my friends and they don't walk around. Like, this is for singular people only, like not if they're in a group. Like, I understand if like me and my group are like taking up room and we're going too slow for you, like I understand that. I never do that. We always walk like, you know, 2 at a time, so there's plenty of room to walk around. But if you like don't choose to walk around and you like just stand there walking behind us like grumbling the whole time, like I hate you. Like, I do not like you. There is a special place in hell for you. Like, I am slow, I know I am. Like, I don't want to walk fast. I don't want to tire my legs out to get to class. I'm sorry, like, it's not that big of a deal to me, but like, you don't need to get pissed off even though there's plenty of room to walk around. Oh my god, I can't. Words cannot explain how much this annoys me. The last one for today, it's another work-related one, and it's, like I mentioned this earlier, there's basically at the McDonald's that I work at, there's the cafe register, and there's a front counter register, then there's 4 kiosks, like the electronic registers that you can be ordered at, that you can like be served at. And somehow everyone thinks whenever they first walk in that they should just come straight to the cafe register, even though they know it'll be the busiest one, even though they know they can see me rushing around. And like in cafe, a lot of the time, you know, if like my partner's on break, or like my partner hasn't even come in yet, or like they've told the person I'm supposed to be working with to like do something else because I need help somewhere else, I'll have to make the coffees myself, get the food ready myself, plate it up myself. If no one's hosting, if no one's like taking out the orders, which is usually the case, I have to take the order, like the eat-in orders out myself. That is like so much to do on top of serving at the register by myself. That is too much. Some people come to the register that I'm at and they're waiting there for like 5-6 minutes, even though they can see that the people that go to the front register, the people that make their own orders on the damn kiosks, are getting their orders out ready. They're leaving. Some of them are even leaving before you are getting served, and yet you stay at that register. Why? Like, why? Like, I know it's my job to serve you, but like, you could go anywhere else, and why do you choose to stay at this particular register? I don't know. I don't understand. But yeah, that's it. This was a nice little change. I filmed this video over 3 hours because my memory card kept running out of storage, and I kept having to import the videos onto my laptop and then delete them off my camera. So it was fun nonetheless, and it's probably gonna take me like 9 years to edit this because I mumble and mess up a lot, and hopefully I won't have to refilm any of it. But the chances of that happening are very high because I'm incoherent and I don't make sense most of the time. But I don't know, maybe that's become a regular thing now. I doubt it, because most of the videos that I make me want to jump into oncoming traffic. But I don't know, we'll see. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Have a good day, have a good week, have a good month, have a wonderful life, and I'll see you in another 10 years. Bye.